challenges and issues on the women's side are still the same. The way we raise our women is different than the way we raise our men. If you're a young man and you're competitive, you're put on a pedestal. If you're a young woman and you're competitive, you are excoriated by your own culture. And so the way we're raising our girls and young women is to genuflect and be sweet and kind and nice and quiet. And we raise our men differently. So the challenge we have, and this was my challenge even way back when, is to create a culture where we're embracing basically competition. So that's one area that hasn't changed. And it's still the case, despite all the new equalities that are occurring in the gender wars. That's still an issue because it is a transitional element. And the other piece that's really interesting and sort of bizarre is men's teams. It's easier to develop a leadership voice on a men's team. And men have the wonderful combination of incredibly low standards for each other, and we're not sensitive. And that's an incredible environment for bonding. So if you and I are hanging out together, my standard for you is so low, you're going to clear this low bar. Your standard for me is so low, I'm going to clear that low bar. So we don't have any issues with each other. And then if one of us makes some sort of social mistake, we probably won't even notice it. Why? Because we are as dull as bricks in terms of assessing, sensitivity or trying to become a victim over something, you know what I'm saying? Or taking some sort of statement you make the wrong way. You'll make a statement, let's assume it's an insulting statement. I might take it a completely different way, even though you're trying to insult me, but it just doesn't work because it misses me, because I can't even sort out that you're attacking me. So
you're describing the average male locker room.
They're exactly right. So that's a wonderful environment for bonding.
Yeah.
Women have the incredibly challenging environment of incredibly high standards for each other and incredible sensitivity. So it's very difficult to lead. It's very difficult for women to lead women because they know what their teammates are thinking of them while they're trying to lead them. And of course, then the tone sucked. The words you used weren't appropriate. I wasn't in the mood to hear anything from you. I mean, it could be 60 million different things going on, which makes it very difficult for a female leader to be as aggressive as we would be in our environments, just because of the low bar and also the lack of sensitivity. So the two elements that are still the case now, as they were way back when I started coaching women, was embracing competition and then being effective leaders, verbal leaders. And those are the two challenges that still exist on the women's side.
And culturally, is there anything that that you've implemented then that stays the same today in terms of the team culture?
There are three things that, in my opinion, have put us in a really good position for this team that I coach here at UNC. One is the competitive cauldron. And in fact, if you look on that wall over there, this was, some collection of journalists ranking the top dynasties in all sports for all time, men and women, pro and amateur. And what they drilled into when they had us as the highest ranking female team of all time was the competitive cauldron, which is my effort to try to let the women that we're coaching know that we are embracing competition here. So I know that the way you guys have raised, if you were incredibly aggressive and competitive, you were excoriated, not here. If you're an alpha female, you have come home, because the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, if you're an alpha female, is home for you. And you're going to love it here, because if you start kicking everyone's rear end in, you're going to have a pat on the back, and you're going to be fully supported. And so that's the foundation of what we did from the beginning. And actually,
the competitive cauldron.
Yeah, the cauldron. Yep. And that was a piece actually that I think the United States, when I was coaching the team, we took from never winning a game in the world to being world champion by 1991, because the mentality of the American athlete, women's soccer, is extraordinary. And even to this day, that's our quality. I mean, the French are as athletic. The Germans are more tactical. The Japanese are more technical. You can take almost any aspect of the game, and we can find other countries out there that are better than the United States. But the one quality that still separates us is our mentality. So this is something that I baked into the national team from 1986 until 1994 when I stepped back. And it's something that's baked into the American playing personality on the women's side that still gives us an incredible edge.
If you liked this video and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe below and don't forget to hit the notification button.